Cheers, everyone. Welcome to a little stream that we'll do on the World Cup, Jesse Marsch, the United States men's national team, and basically Group B, as in boy. Yeah, we'll go as long as we can. I'm going to do basically a rundown of thoughts during this little break that started, and then probably dig into some of what I think is going to happen in Group B. And I think I'm uniquely positioned because I watched the Euros last year. I'm a huge Leeds United fan. Watched KP ball out last summer. So familiar with England, and obviously I'm an American, so I will be rooting for the men's national team. We at Leeds are lucky that we have two players going to the United States team. One is going to be rumored to be captain, and that's Tyler Adams. It's been leaked that Tyler Adams will be the captain of the United States men's national team, which is huge. All but one player in that entire team has been to a World Cup. So it'll be interesting to see how they perform. And I'll get into their coach as well, Greg Berhalter. But let's touch on Jesse Marsch first and foremost. Jesse Marsch is signed a contract and published an article on The Athletic, I believe already. I have not read it, but Jesse is very media savvy, and I think it is no secret now that he wants to coach the men's national team at some point. United States men's national team. This was directly in a podcast that just came out last week. It would be my dream come true to coach for the men's national team. Not a lot of club coaches say that. They might think it, but they understand that their place is at the club right now. So I think Jesse is interesting, like to the media in Yorkshire and England. He says, I don't care. I don't care about the World Cup. And then he goes and signs a contract for The Athletic to write about the World Cup because he's PR savvy. He understands that if he writes, he's getting his name out there. I think there's no question that he does take that job probably for the next cycle when it comes to America 2026. So it's just very, I don't know, it just speaks to how media savvy he is to one hand say, I don't care about the World Cup, and then the next literally turn around to an American media and say, got to be my dream to come there to do that, to be the men's national coach one day. And I can show that clip as well. But anyways, it's just interesting. Glenn, good morning, good evening. It is evening here in the United States. It is 10:17 on the East Coast of the United States. So that's Jesse. I mean, I don't care as far as do I care that he's writing for The Athletic? We're 15th, 2 points above relegation. It would look worse probably if we were in the relegation zone, but I don't care. The proof is in the pudding. It doesn't matter to me what you do when you're, in your spare time. Plenty of people do commentary. Plenty of people will do that stuff, talking head pundit stuff, players and coaches. So that's not what's bothering me. What bothers me is that I guess nothing really bothers me. It's just I'm noticing that he's very media savvy and he kind of tailors messages to audiences. And so I just think he's a really smart guy. But it's all just noise until you pick up results. And I think everybody, most of the fan base in Yorkshire is like that. So, anyways, let's go to England. Let's do a little Group B. B as in boy, talk about it. It is interesting because the United States is playing England. Wales is obviously in there as well. And then Iran. So watched a lot of the Euros last year. Really probably shouldn't have been watching that much of the Euros during my workday, but was watching or paying attention to the Euros. And obviously KP, I was a huge fan, got England Player of the Year, made the roster. I think you can correlate. England's form to KP being out of the side a little bit. Obviously got relegated from the Nations League. It looks like Gareth's plan is to play Jude Bellingham. My question is, how short of a leash is Bellingham on? I think a short leash. I think if they don't get results or they're not playing, if he sees something of style, I think he's very willing to press the emergency button and go to KP, even though he hasn't had many minutes with City. And a lot of the English fans, because they watch the Premier League, they don't watch Leeds United, and he's played only a few minutes for City, so they don't really know who KP is, and they associate him with negative football, even though at Leeds we know that that's not true, that he has a wonderful switch ball, he can pick a head out, he's press resistant at many times, and he takes the ball off of people at will. So my question is, it's miraculous if he's 90 minutes fit. So I don't think he will be, but I think Gareth would like to see KP get more and more fit as the tournament goes on. Because again, England, since Calvin's been out, has not looked good. And he loves that double pivot. He loves that double pivot of Rice and Phillips. So everybody loves Jude Bellingham. I think he's a fantastic player. People associate him as like one of the best young English talents. I think that all that's true. I just am reading Gareth Southgate. And Gareth Southgate likes that football. He likes that double pivot, those two holding mids, and winning games 1-2-0, even though the attacking talent on England's incredible. So that'll be interesting. Now, does that matter? I don't think in the group stage it matters. I rate England to get out of this group. You could play Henderson in midfield. I think they're going to get out. You could play, I don't know, one of the center backs in midfield. I think they're going to be fine. Yeah. So that's England. I think that they're going to be fine. My only question is how quickly, how short of a leash really Bellingham's on. How short is that leash? And don't underestimate Calvin Phillips. I think we all know he's a boss. He's a bad mama. There goes that man. That's what one commentator used to say in the United States. Okay. United States men's national team. Don't think they make it out of the group. Okay. I'm rooting for America. I don't like the coach, Greg Berhalter. Here's the thing with the United States. We have the attacking talent has been developed a lot more quickly than the defensive talent. And then the player pool is being developed is happening a lot quicker than the coaching. So we all think, I think most of Leeds fans think that Jesse is not like the best tactician. But with that being said, looking at coaching across the United States, he's like he's like the best. So Greg Berhalter's even worse than Jesse Marsch in terms of, in my opinion, tactics. You want to see vibes ball? Watch the World Cup and watch the United States. Like, it is a vibes ball. It's like, I think it's 4-3-3. He wants to play like Pep Guardiola with possession. The center back pairing has never. This is the first time they're playing together. Our coach picked Tim Ream. Tim Ream's he's the captain of Fulham. Tim Ream is great. He should have been on the team way, way long ago. He's picked him up, never been on the national team, never been in qualifying, and they're going to start Tim Ream, which I think he's going to put in a shift. I like him. He's great. He's a good he's captain of Fulham. Fulham's a decent side. But, like, how can you not evaluate your center backs and see Tim Ream? Like, okay, all right, well, hopefully this works. The guy he's being paired with is at the MLS level, Zimmerman. He's an athletic. He's very good with the ball at his feet, but he's playing in the MLS. The MLS, I don't know how to rate it. I think there would be sides in the U21 division in England that beat up MLS. So I just don't like it. Now, with that being said, the attacking talent of the United States is good. Hope we buy in Jan. Yeah, I'll touch on that, Callum. Yeah, we got to buy in January. Leeds got to buy in January. Absolutely. We need a left back. That's the biggest thing we need. Yeah, we have to add. Absolutely, Callum. Absolutely. Calvin is in for a shock with Adams. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that I think, if I were to compare KP and Adams, KP better on the ball, better passer of the ball, technically sound with getting the ball off people. Adams has got a motor, man. I think Adams is probably quicker. But yeah, I think Adams' quickness and agility, both are good players. And then, like I said, it got leaked in the beginning of this stream that Adams will be. It's leaked that he's going to be the captain of the national team, men's national team, United States men's national team, which is big for him. Young player too to do it. So if he's captaining the national team, I think it's only a matter of time, hopefully, that he captains Leeds. Let's go on to Wales real quick. Bale. I mean, Bale is playing in the MLS. Like, there's one thing to be kind of like golfing and, like, kind of like mailing it in, so to speak, at Real Madrid, but you're doing it at LAFC. He's always been able to turn it on, so to speak. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. He's just not around as many world-class players, really. I mean, I would probably say any world-class players. LAFC has got some older, I think, world-class players. But anyways, I just don't know if he can turn it on. Will he? Yes, probably in moments. But this is his first World Cup. Wales hasn't been to a World Cup since 1952. It's 1958. So, will Bale be Bale? I guess you probably wouldn't bet against him. Looking at the teams, Wales looks relaxed, man. I have this down. Wales look relaxed. The United States look nervous, and England looks hot. That's my takeaway at looking at the teams. I don't think the weather will really play a factor. It shouldn't play a factor in England not finishing the top of the group. I think the United States look nervous. I think they look wide-eyed doe, and I don't know. I don't think they look that great. And then Iran. Iran is. I looked the manager up, Carlos Queiroz. I believe he's one of the more. I mean, he's much more decorated than U.S. men's national coach. Probably more decorated, at least pedigree in terms of his history, than even Southgate. I mean, Southgate was what, Middlesbrough, and then he coached the U23s in England, and then he was promoted. This guy was, I think he coached under Ferguson. He's coached for the Portugal national team, and now he's coaching the Iranians. He understands how to close up shop. I think it's very difficult to score against them. So they are the exact opposite of the United States, who's got great attacking talent and wants to play like this wild, beautiful, expansive football. And then you've got Iran, who's going to close up shop and hit you on the counter. So I saw one comment today that said the United States will not win a game. I can't argue with that. I mean, I don't think we're going to get out of the group. I think we lose to Wales, and then it's pretty much over. So, anyways, that's my take on the World Cup. That's my take on KP and Jude Bellingham and Jesse Marsch. Let's take a second to go through the comments. Adams' passing is underrated. Yeah, he can break some lines. I just don't see those beautiful kind of like switch balls, Callum. Do I see us adding? I mean, how can we not add? You're going to hear sack the board in mid-January if we're not adding. I mean, you're hearing sack the board already. They have to add. They have to add specifically a left back. They have to add a left back. Will they? I don't know. They have to add a striker as well, because I think they understand Rodrigo is not going to be able to he's not going to be able to do it for that long. I think he's got to, and for whatever reason, he does not trust Gelhardt to come in as a pure striker. He must like a striker that's got a little bit of a size to him. And obviously, Gelhardt can't play the wings like Nanto can, so they've got to add. They probably need to also add midfield depth. But look, I did a big in-depth, breakdown. Please check it out on the American Leagues with Jared Michael. And we're looking at the back line. Yeah, they got to, a center back would be nice. I think they recall Cresswell well. I know that's a lot for the lad, but I think they recall Cresswell. I think they add a striker. That's what I think they do. I think they could just keep rolling with Pascal out there. Not the best plan, but it's a plan. I still have a question. I have called for Jesse to be out at points of the season, specifically halftime against Bournemouth. I still question whether he's going to make the season. Specifically, if you look at my Twitter page, we broke down us playing narrow and Jesse basically baiting them to switch the ball. What happened was, in this particular play, was they played through us. And Kulishevsky had the ball in, and now the man on the other side of the pitch is completely free. So that you've got two men in the box without any defenders on the right side of the ball. That's, I don't know. You have to be able to get a clean sheet in this league. That's my worry for Leeds United. So can Jesse make it the full season? Gun to the head. That's very American of me. Gun to the head. Betting my mortgage on it, bro. That was California. I don't think so. If I'm like, is he gonna make it? I don't think so. But he's proven me wrong. He proved me wrong half the time at Bournemouth. He's proven me wrong at Anfield. He's proven me wrong. He was proving me wrong a lot of the Tottenham game. I thought it was the best in possession game we've had. I don't know. He's got to unpack these goals, man. Why are we continuing to concede? You can't concede 3 and 4 goals a game. You just cannot. It's not sustainable football. You're asking your team to score a lot of goals, and you're asking the front line to stay healthy. So the team switches off at moments too. So he'll make it by the hair of his chinny chin chin kind of thing. Let's just keep up the comments. Iran are not a bad team at all, ranked around 20th in the world in the standings, plus their government and both our teams. My hairdresser is that right? Yeah, they look like they can close up shop. The thing about the American team is they're built the exact wrong way. They have a decent goalie. They have 2 center backs that have never played together. I mean, again, Tim Ream was not a part of the team at all, and they've decided to put him in the team, and they're going to start him against a guy that plays in the MLS who they love, but he's got some weaknesses. And so if someone presses the United States back line, I think we fall apart. And that was shown in friendlies against Japan. Glenn, so thanks for that comment. Ray Webby informs me people of Iran want England to beat them because players are seen as taking sides with the government, apparently. I saw some comment about, yeah, I mean, it's political. People of Iran want England to beat them because the players are seen as taking sides with them. Oh, interesting. Bah, I don't know. I can't comment on that. We'll see. We'll see. That's all right. It's all political, man. Everything's political. Yeah, so my gut is I don't think the U.S. gets out. The Welsh just look relaxed when I'm looking at their social media feeds. They were kind of like they've been playing for their lives a little bit through this qualification process, and now they're here, and their first time they've been here since 1958. They're just kind of like, hey, what's going on? And the Euros is a major tournament, so they've kind of been a part of something big like this. The U.S. really haven't been a part of it, like something that big. CONCACAF, I believe. Yeah, that's what it's called. I can't remember what the main tournament is, but it's okay. And we play Mexico, and we were able to beat them. We're really geared to play Mexico. That's like the United States team, and Canada beat us. Canada, I believe, had a low block, and they just hit us on the counter twice, and that was it. Bing, boom, bing. Canada's kind of a dark horse, if you really want to know it, in this tournament. So yeah, I think Leeds buy. I think we buy a striker, and I think maybe someone on the defensive line, and that's it. I think, as Jira's mentioned in my stream, it might be an equity swap. In other words, the money is lent from the 49ers, and then it comes off the final buy, hopefully over the summer. Does Jesse Marsch make the season? I have questions over it. Do I have problems with what he's doing with the Athletic? No, I don't really care. I just want him to win effing games. I think he's politically savvy. I think he's got a good agent. I think his next move is to be at the men's national team. I think he even mentioned that in an American podcast. Doesn't mention that to the Yorkshire podcast. says the exact opposite, says I don't care. But it's just the dichotomy of saying, hey, what do you think about the World Cup and who's going to win? I don't care about the World Cup. Hey, will you write a feature article in The Athletic if we pay you? Sure. Like, the guy is, I don't know if he's a hypocrite, but he's media savvy. I don't care about that stuff. It's like, do what you got to do, feed your family, make your money, mazel. But the big thing is get results. It's really all I care about. Doesn't shut me up. Shut me up, Jesse. But yeah. Any other comments? World Cup or Leeds? I'm happy to lead. Gigantic version of all of us. LOL, like kind of jaded. Welcome to the eternal disappointment. You better get through. If only the players feeling confident when we get back. Yeah, Glenn, thanks for the comment. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess I'm a little jaded. My other teams in America don't do that well. I'm the baseball team I root for, the Royals, ironically, because I'm from Kansas City Royals. That's what they're named, and yeah, they're in the cellar, so to speak, every season. So I'm used to it. That's why the team picked me, right? The team picked me. The next podcast that we're gonna do with Jer and Michael is we're gonna just talk about Ellen Road for like 30 to 40 minutes. We're gonna do Ellen Road memories. I have not been there. But that's why it kind of works. Like both of those guys are really seasoned fans. I've only been a fan for about 5 years. And so like that kind of like dichotomy of like young fan and like seasoned fan and like, getting me into everything that it is about Leeds, that makes me love it. Ellen Road was honestly one of the bigger reasons why I chose the club. Reading about the ground, reading about the history of it. I remember back over COVID, Neville and Gary Neville and the guy Carragher talked about Ellen Road and just what it was like to play there, obviously for Man United and Scum and Liverpool, and like how they said it was one of the Gary Neville. Anyways, but yeah, he said it was like the fans wanted to come on and fight you. They're like, going into Liverpool was tough, hostile environment. At Leeds, we really felt like the fans wanted to fight us. And so I thought that was kind of, I don't know, so it's a true blue rivalry. I'm from Ireland, came on to Leeds. Yeah, that's the same thing with Jeer's an Irishman, obviously, and I guess Leeds had one of the biggest followings in Ireland, and a plane full of Leeds fans used to go to Ellen Road, I guess, every weekend or something like that. Jeer's got some good stories about League One, going to League One games. I think that'll be good. Michael went to the give the goal back game, the one where we gave a goal to Villa. Classic game. Freaking Marcel is the man. He's such a, I don't know, he just he's high moral compass, I guess, specifically with the game of football. Which U.S. team is most like Leeds in terms of greatness and catastrophic failure intertwined? Well, anybody that slightly resembles our madness. Yeah, I don't know. The U.S. is okay. So like the punchline with the United States is, I might have to plug in here too. Punchline with the United States here is that all of our best athletes don't play soccer / football. They play other sports. And the beautiful game, when you don't necessarily understand everything about it, there's some nuances within it, because the score might be 1-0 or 0-0. So understanding like the beauty in it when the goals aren't necessarily coming in, and how exciting that could be is something fans don't necessarily understand. Hold on one sec. Anyways, you guys just heard me ranting, and I was on mute. My punchline with that was, this will be a great stream to play back. It's probably on mute for a couple minutes there. My punchline with all that is that the athletes are not playing soccer. They're playing other sports. So when they're not playing soccer, they're going to, the talent pool's divided amongst a lot more sports, i.e. Football. So American football, there is not a lot of male athletes that choose to play soccer, but there are a lot of female athletes that do choose to play soccer, and that's why we're one of the better soccer/football sides in the world on the women's game. So yeah. Thank you, Glenn. Back. Trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah. So I don't know. That's pretty much the stream. Sponsored tonight by Athletic Brewing Company in the United States, which is it's an NA craft beer company. You know, got to get up early. Can't really have a couple of pints like I once used to, and wake up slightly hungover. Yeah, so choose the NA route, and this is only, how many calories is this bad boy? 70 calories. Any other questions, comments? Let's see if I missed anything. Yeah, that's about it. All right, folks. Check out the stream that I did with Jer and Michael on when we broke down the tail of the tape on Tottenham. I think it was really good. There's these goals are preventable that Leeds are putting in. These are completely preventable goals. Go ahead and smash the like on the video, subscribe, etc. Drop a comment. And then, next stream will be on Ellen Road. 30 to 40% of the stream will be on Ellen Road. And then we'll probably just talk about this World Cup /sports sports washing cup that's going on. And that's it, folks, man. Hope you have a great evening. Cheers. Stay safe. Stay safe. Call your loved ones. Peace.